Hello, everybody. This is Tom Eckert here. You're listening to my podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the soul. This is your place to learn about the true power of numerology and how to use it to bring out the best in yourself, understand your loved ones better, take wise decisions, and prepare for your future. In other words, how to live your life aligned with your true destiny. Take your time to educate yourself and share these podcasts with your friends and family so they too can enjoy the great benefits of numerology. Enjoy! Hello everyone! I am excited to record another episode, and I'm even more excited particularly because here in Berlin, Germany, where I live, finally I can say with full conviction and a sense of relief that spring has finally arrived after a long cold season. So I'm extra excited. If you're new here, welcome, my friend. And just so you know, this podcast is dedicated to discussing numerology on a much more in-depth, a much more grounded level. Numerology is a path for inner transformation, for inner growth, for self-understanding, spiritual maturation. My attempt is to always make numerology accessible and applicable for everyday life matters, so that each and every one of you can actually use numerology in a way that can make you understand yourselves and your loved ones better and can make your life a more conscious expression of who you are and who you can be. Now, in the spirit of spring, I want to announce that I'm giving a few special discounts to all my followers. So first of all, I highly recommend you get yourself a numerology reading. This is something I always say. It's a wonderful way to get to know yourself, a wonderful way to really see and feel the power of numerology. And starting today until June 4th, 2023, you can get a reading with me for a €40 discount. That's quite a chunky discount. So to get the discounted numerology reading, all you need to do is contact me through my website link that is provided in the episode and the podcast description, and simply mention the discounted offer. That's all. Now, moreover, if you want to make your first steps into numerology, I am giving away my online self-study numerology course for a whopping €150 discount. Yes. That's a big one. And to get your discounted course, you need to go to my website, click on the online self-study course in numerology on the upper menu, and upon checkout, enter the coupon code, all cap locks, all capital letters, okay? Spring 2023. So Spring 2023. Moreover, or just a couple more things, if you want to go deeper into neurology and you're already very sure about that, if you're redefining your career, if you want, to add a very meaningful part to your career, and you wish to perhaps pursue numerology as your secondary or primary career, I want you to know that I offer a full path of certification from beginner to numerology expert, and you can check out the link in the podcast and episode description to read more. And lastly, my friends, if you enjoy this podcast and want to keep learning more quality numerology, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family. Get updated with my latest podcast episodes. Having said all of that, and in the spirit of spring, let us dive into today's topic that is all about choosing a name for your business. Spring is about new beginnings, right? It's about flowering, expanding, and naturally people who have interest in numerology want to know, well, how do I choose the right name for my business? How do I choose a name that makes my business thrive and succeed? Now, choosing a name for shops, businesses, even neighborhoods, has shown time and time again to have great impact on success or failure. In fact, and forgive me for not remembering, there was this famous neighborhood in the United States. I just can't remember the name, but it had like this really boring name, and there was a real problem. Like people didn't buy like any real estate there until, I don't know whose idea it was, but they changed the name into something like really appealing, like something like, I don't know, like the Valley of Golden Trees. Okay, I'm just like inventing something, but like to something really beautiful. And like a miracle, people just came flocking and buying real estate there. It was just like a complete like turnaround. So names have a lot of power. Now, every name has a sound, a vibration, a feeling that it brings along with it. It can have an opening effect, a limiting effect, a creative or a more passive effect. Names have power. That much we know as numerology enthusiasts. But how should you choose a name for your business if you are in the process of creating one, or if you want to revamp some things about your business? So I'll just attempt to give my most honest and grounded input on that, as you know me, as I usually do. I'll try to keep this as real and as true as possible. I don't want to give you false ideas. So let's dive in. The first and most important thing for us in this process of choosing a name for our business is to understand what is our main goal with our business. Do we want to have many clients? Or maybe we prefer a more quieter workflow? Do we want to be public figures, well-known, really famous? Do we prefer to be perhaps more local? Do we want to be more like a neighborhood business, where we know all the people around? It's like the same customers come in, maybe we work together with a family, like a family business. People have different wishes. And this is very important to determine. Not everyone has the same goal. And just assuming, for example, that making a lot of money will make you happy with your business can lead, yes, to great disillusionment. A lot of money and a lot of work might not fit every person. Now, once our goal is clear to us, once we know what is the main thing we'd like our business to achieve, and also to provide us, because in the end of the day, we are the business, right? Then we've set a solid foundation to start with the process of name choosing. So first step, my friends, is taking that step back and not like rushing into, like brainstorming names, but rather defining very clearly, or as clear as possible, your actual goal. What you want your business to achieve, what you want it to look like, what do you want it to provide to people, or to yourself or your family. What is the experience you want it to give you? Next, after you've clarified, this point of what you want, you have defined very precisely the quality you want your business to grow into. Now is time to start playing with names that add up to a number that represents this quality that you've defined the most. Okay, so for example, if money and lots of work is what you want, number 8 will probably be a good number for you. Or if you'd like to have a family business, as I mentioned earlier, something that is more local, where you know all the customers and it's mostly kind of like a neighborhood business, a very homey, space where, the same customers come again and again over many years and you build your roots, in that place, then perhaps a 6 is a better number for you. If you'd like your business to bring about more creativity, interactions, new connections, excitement, perhaps you'd like a 5 as the the end number of the of your business name, and so on, right? So now that we've defined the business goal, the next thing is to find to choose the number that is most suitable for that goal and start playing with names that will eventually end up giving you that number. Okay? But it doesn't end there. So we've defined the goal, we've defined the number, and we started playing with names. But if you really want to choose a good name, so you've already defined the number, that's great. You must also play with names that have a sound that you truly love and enjoy. Sounds leave a great impact on our psyche and how we feel about things, places, and people. Again, I just want to kind of remind you, right? Bring you back to that point. I told us right there in the beginning about that neighborhood in the US that only had a name change, right? The sound changed, the feel, that it kind of conveyed to the people changed, and therefore everything changed about it. So the best combination would be a name that has both the desired number that reflects the goal, along with a sound that you truly love and enjoy. And now this goes both ways, right? The sound of the name. So it goes both towards you, the business owner, because you want to enjoy the name that you have, okay? You want to feel good about the name that you have. And secondly, you want to think perhaps about the people that will come to you if it's like more of a public business, okay? If it's more like of a business where people don't really know the name, then think about yourself. Think about a sound that you will truly enjoy. But if people will see the name of your business, if it's something visible and that name is part of what will attract people to you, then choose a name that will probably sound also really, how should I say, like palatable, for your potential clients. Now, let's get more practical here with what you do with the names and eventually how you make that final decision. But before I keep talking further, I want to quickly remind you to get yourself a discounted numerology reading. And that's starting today until June 4th, 2023. You can get a reading with me for 40 euros off. That's a lovely discount and gives you the opportunity to really experience numerology and what it can give you. And to get the discount, simply contact me through my website link. The link is provided in the episode and podcast description, and mention the discounted offer. Secondly, get yourself my online self-study numerology course. Again, the discount is for a huge 150 euros off. To get that discount, go to my website, click on online self-study numerology course on the upper menu, and upon checkout, make sure to enter the coupon code SPRING 2023, all capital letters, SPRING 2023. And if you wish to pursue numerology as a career, remember that I offer a full path of certification from beginner to expert numerologist. You can read more about this on the same links on my website. And guys, if you enjoy this podcast and want to keep learning more quality numerology and help me develop this podcast and create more materials, make sure to click on the follow and the subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family and get updated with my latest podcast episodes. So, we've already defined our goal. We decided what number fits that goal. We've played with names and sounds that we love. And now we feel it's time to make a choice. So that's a great point to be in, I must say. And the next step I would recommend is to try to find at least 1 or 2 more names. So you found one that you really love. My recommendation is try to find 2 or 3 names. Dig a little deeper to have the option of choice and the chance of revealing something even perhaps more favorable. It's always good not to rush. If you're already going through the name choosing process and you're going to choose this methodology, the power of the name, give yourself that time. Don't rush it. Make sure you have options. Once you have 3 names that you love the quality, you love the sound, they reflect your goal, the number they produce, adds up to be the number that is necessary to implement the goal you set yourself to. You can start to simply allow your intuition at this point to guide you naturally to the name you vibe with the most. And really, what I recommend is first, take your time with it. Be meditative. Don't start sharing with everybody around you. First, get the feeling yourself. Okay? Because remember, your love for the name is no less important than the end number. Okay? If you have a good number, but you really dislike the name, then we have a problem here. So they both form a positive vibration. The sound, your love for the name, and the number. So first I recommend, be in a meditative zone with that. Take your 3 names, sit with them, feel into them. I would probably say that at some point one of them will stick out more than the others. You will simply gravitate towards one of them more than the others. And after you made your pick, perhaps share it with just a couple of people that you really trust, but not too many. I would say maybe 1 or 2 max. But people that really want your best, people that can really feel you. Not somebody who's going to be too critical or judgmental, because it's a subtle process, okay? It's a bit like giving birth to something. So that's really my recommendation. So once you had you've picked your 3 favorite names that have all the criteria I mentioned earlier, just take that meditative time to really let that one most favorable name stick out and let it happen naturally. Don't be forceful about it. And that's how I would go about picking a name for my business. But you know me, I'm a very grounded and realistic person. So the question arises, is the name enough for the business to succeed? Right? So you found the perfect name with the perfect number and the perfect sound. You really love it. It fits everything you're about to do. With such a name, success is definitely promised. Well, not really. If life were that easy, we would all just, go about choosing good names and enjoy a life of success and happiness forever after. But this is not the way of things. Life wants much more of us in the picture. And so the deeper truth that I always share with my numerology students and my spiritual students and my lovely listeners, you guys, is that a name is more of a support to the energy that you create and generate. If you don't put the effort and love into your business, no name in this universe will help you. In fact, you and what you do is the most important factor for success. Whatever success means for you. I'll tell you a little secret about me. I chose the name for this podcast, Numerology, a GPS for the soul. Now, I really love this name. It sounds to me, it's super catchy. It reflects a lot about what numerology means to me. Numerology to me is like a very dynamic thing, like a GPS, not something static and something that remains always the same. Like a GPS is constantly updating itself according to the movements, right? According to the traffic, according to new updates, according to changes on the road, according to whatever. So there's something dynamic. But to be really honest with you, the name just came up to me intuitively. I never checked what number it ends up being. I don't really care about it. I just love numerology. I love the name, and I'm just going for it. And that's it. I don't really care. I don't care if it's a karmic debt number. I don't care if it's, you know what I mean? Like, but that's me, okay? Because I first and foremost, I'm a man who lives a spiritual life, and numerology is a method I love and I use, but I don't let that dictate anything for me. So that's the deeper truth, right? So having said that, if you know this truth and you then use numerology to support that, then you're on the right track. If you truly want your business to succeed, you want to match the vibration of the name and its intention with who you are and how you behave and how you act. You see, that is truly growing. Growing as an individual, growing spiritually, growing inwardly, growing up. That process of like matching your own level of growth, your own actions, your own, you will need to probably do some kind of shadow work or develop in order to actually match the goals of your business. So it'll often entail a lot of inner growth and doing some internal house cleaning or, spiritual work, sometimes even good therapeutic work to be able to kind of like match that vibration and function on that level that you want to achieve. Anyone who thinks that numbers will simply do magic for them is simply a fool. Sorry, guys, that's the truth. I sometimes say to my students that choosing a name is like choosing one's outfit in the morning, right? So you're in a certain mood, you wake up in a certain mood, or you have a certain intention for that day, and you want your outfit to support that intention, right? So I can say about myself, like it matters a lot to me. Like if I feel red today, okay? Like I feel, yes, I want that. I feel energetic. I feel like this a forward-going movement. I would wear perhaps, mustard or red. Okay, but it's not that the outfit is going to make me go into a certain mode. I am in a certain mode and I use the outfit to support me in my endeavors. And the same goes for your business. The same goes for choosing a name and the impact a name has. So you are the energy source. That's the right balance. And the name can be a wonderful support for you. That's the right alignment. And remember that, my friends. So in conclusion, I would say that choosing a good business name can certainly help promote your business, given that you back it up with your own energy and intention. Then and only then, the name can really become an active agent in supporting your intentions and add color, fire, and energy that will help you reach your desired goals that were defined early on in the process. So that's my take, guys. And as always, I hope that this keeps inspiring you to go deeper into numerology and really use and utilize it in a grounded and real way to develop, to expand in this incredible life journey. And don't forget, you can get yourself a discounted numerology reading, 40 euros off. The offer is valid until June 4th, 2023. Simply contact me through the links provided and mention the offer to get it. You can also get my online self-study numerology course for a 150 euros discount. To get it, click on online self-study course in numerology on the upper menu on my website, and upon checkout, enter coupon code Spring 2023, all capital letters. If you wish to pursue numerology as a career, remember that I offer a full path of certification from beginner to expert numerologist. You can read more about my website and contact me if you are interested. And lastly, if you enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoyed this episode and want to keep learning more quality numerology and supporting my work, make sure to click the follow or subscribe button on the platform you're listening from and become part of my numerology family and get updated with my latest podcast episodes. Thank you for listening, my friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next episodes. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, and you want to go deeper into numerology, check out my website, tom-eckert.com. You can also book a numerology reading or even study numerology yourself through my courses. I'll see you in the next episode.